You probably think fruit is one of the safest foods. But here's the shocking truth. Some fruits, even ones you've eaten your whole life, can quietly raise your risk of stroke if eaten the wrong way or at the wrong time. After 60, your body processes sugar, potassium, and acids less efficiently, and with slower circulation, nightly dehydration, and daily medications, that healthy snack can turn into a hidden danger. In this video, Health 247 will show you which fruits to be cautious with, how they affect your body as you age, and smarter choices to keep your heart and brain safe. The first fruit is pineapple. Pineapple is often seen as a delicious, nutrient-rich fruit. But when eaten at the wrong time, especially in the evening before bed, it can carry hidden risks for older adults. To begin with, pineapple contains a relatively high amount of natural sugar combined with strong acidity. Eating it late at night, right before sleep, can force the stomach to work harder and increase the chance of acid reflux. This not only causes discomfort but can also quietly reduce oxygen levels in the blood during sleep. Studies have shown that low nighttime oxygen is linked to a higher risk of morning strokes, sudden events that can change a life in seconds. Many older people keep the habit of eating a few slices of pineapple as dessert after dinner without realizing the danger. They may feel perfectly fine going to bed, unaware that this routine could trigger unexpected health issues. Waking up with dizziness, numbness, or shortness of breath is enough to send an entire family into panic. There is another concern. Pineapple contains bromelain, an enzyme that can affect the body's blood clotting process. For those taking anticoagulants or blood-thinning medications, bromelain can increase the risk of brain bleeding. This is particularly dangerous for older adults who often rely on these drugs to manage heart disease or high blood pressure. The real issue is not that pineapple should be eliminated completely, but that it must be eaten at the right time and in the right way. Older adults should enjoy pineapple during the day, when the body has more time to digest and handle the acidity, rather than close to bedtime. Moderation is also essential, and health conditions as well as current medications must be taken into account to avoid harmful interactions. In conclusion, pineapple remains a fruit rich in vitamins, helpful for digestion, and supportive of the immune system when eaten properly. But for those over 60, eating pineapple at night can turn this gift of nature into a hidden trigger for serious health complications. The second fruit is overripe banana. Bananas have long been considered a familiar, harmless fruit that suits almost everyone. For older adults in particular, ripe, soft bananas are often seen as the perfect light snack thanks to their sweet aroma, mild flavor, and soft texture that makes them easy to swallow. Yet when bananas become overripe, behind that seemingly harmless appeal lies hidden effects that can be harmful to health if eaten the wrong way or at the wrong time. At the stage when bananas turn overly ripe and mushy, most of the starch has been converted almost entirely into simple sugars. This sudden spike in sugar dramatically raises the glycemic index. For the aging body, which already has slower insulin response, less elastic blood vessels, and weaker kidney function, this sudden rush of sugar into the bloodstream can create a small shock to the circulatory system. The consequences are clear. Blood sugar rises sharply, blood pressure becomes unstable, and the risk of irregular heartbeat increases. Eating on an empty stomach or consuming too much at once makes this even worse, unleashing what could be called a blood sugar storm that quietly builds inside the body, placing heavy stress on both the heart and the brain. These small internal disturbances can sometimes trigger minor strokes during the night or early in the morning. A common misconception is that the softer the banana, the easier it is to digest. In reality, the mushy texture only makes it easier to chew, while the high sugar content and rapid absorption put extra strain on the digestive and circulatory systems in a short amount of time. This goes against the stability and balance that are especially critical in later years of life. Older adults may not notice immediate discomfort, but repeated spikes like this can slowly weaken heart and brain function over time. Overripe bananas can also affect the nervous system. When blood sugar rises quickly and then drops just as fast, the brain may experience fatigue, sluggishness, or even mild dizziness. This becomes particularly dangerous if an older adult is moving around, since it increases the risk of falls and injuries. Of course, this does not mean bananas should be completely cut out of the diet. Bananas are still rich in potassium, vitamins, and fiber that the body needs. What matters most is the choice and timing. Instead of bananas that are overly ripe, mushy, and covered in brown spots, it is better to choose those that are evenly yellow, firm, and mildly sweet. The safest time to enjoy them is during the day, after a balanced meal that includes protein and healthy fats, which help slow down the absorption of sugar. Just a small adjustment in habit, choosing bananas that are perfectly ripe rather than overly soft, and eating them during the day instead of at night can help stabilize blood sugar, reduce stress on the heart, and protect brain health. In this way, you can continue to enjoy the familiar taste of this nutritious fruit while avoiding the hidden risks that an overripe banana, seemingly harmless, might bring. The third fruit is mango. Mango is one of the sweetest fruits, with golden flesh and a tropical flavor that can brighten up any meal. Yet no matter how tempting it may be, mango carries hidden risks if eaten in excess, especially for people with diabetes, those with underlying health conditions, and older adults. Even a medium-sized ripe mango contains a very high amount of natural sugar, enough to send blood sugar levels soaring out of control. For the aging body, where insulin response is slower and blood vessels are less resilient, this sudden spike can trigger arterial inflammation and increase the risk of dangerous blood clots. But sugar is only part of the problem. Mango also contains a compound called mangiferin, which can affect the liver's ability to metabolize certain medications. This is particularly concerning for drugs used to treat arrhythmia, manage cholesterol, or control blood pressure. When the liver's processing is disrupted, these medications may accumulate silently in the body, raising their concentration to potentially harmful levels even when the prescribed dose has not changed. For older adults who rely on such treatments, the combination of spiking blood sugar and drug buildup can become a serious health threat. The safest way to enjoy mango is with moderation. Healthy individuals can eat about half to one medium mango per day without much concern. For those with diabetes, it is best to limit consumption to about a quarter of a mango, roughly 1 to 2 small slices. Timing also matters. Mango should ideally be eaten during the day, either 1 to 2 hours after a main meal or about an hour before eating. This window allows the body to digest mango more efficiently and make better use of its nutrients. It is best to avoid eating mango immediately after a heavy meal, especially one rich in fats or protein, since this can lead to indigestion. By following these habits, you can still enjoy the delicious taste of mango while protecting your long-term health. The third fruit is grapes. Grapes have long been praised as a fruit packed with antioxidants, vitamins, and heart-healthy nutrients. These small, bite-sized treats are often seen as a perfect snack, both convenient and delicious. Yet for older adults, especially those over 60, grapes can be a double-edged sword if eaten in the wrong way or without moderation. The key concern lies in their natural sugar content. Every handful of grapes contains a concentrated amount of glucose and fructose, which the body absorbs very quickly. For younger people, this sudden spike in blood sugar may simply lead to a short burst of energy. But for an aging body, where insulin sensitivity has declined, blood vessels are more fragile, and circulation may already be compromised, that same spike can carry more serious consequences. A rapid surge in blood sugar can inflame the delicate lining of small blood vessels. This sets the stage for the formation of tiny blood clots. At first, these microclots may go unnoticed because they often cause no immediate symptoms. Over time, however, a clot can grow larger or travel to a critical area, such as the brain, where it may block blood flow and trigger a stroke. Such events often arrive suddenly, with life-altering outcomes. The risks are higher depending on timing. Eating grapes on an empty stomach allows sugar to rush into the bloodstream almost instantly, overwhelming the body's ability to respond. Eating them in the evening before bed is also particularly risky. At night, metabolism slows, circulation decreases during sleep, and aging blood vessels are more vulnerable. This combination creates a perfect storm for silent damage to build. To enjoy grapes safely, portion control and timing are essential. For older adults, it is best to limit intake to a small handful per day. Pairing grapes with a source of protein or healthy fat, such as cheese or nuts, can help slow sugar absorption and reduce sudden stress on blood sugar and blood vessels. The best time to eat grapes is during the day, when the body is active and metabolism and circulation are functioning more efficiently. With these adjustments, you can still savor the refreshing sweetness and antioxidant power of grapes while significantly lowering the risks to heart and brain health. It is about striking the right balance between flavor and safety, an approach that becomes especially important with age. The fifth fruit is orange. Oranges and orange juice are often celebrated as wholesome sources of vitamin C, hydration, and antioxidants. For many older adults, a glass of orange juice or a few slices of fresh orange feels like the perfect way to end the day. Yet timing matters more than most people realize. Consumed at the wrong moment, especially in the evening, oranges can quietly create health risks, particularly for those who are taking prescription medications. The issue begins with a natural compound found in citrus fruits called furanocoumarin. This compound can interfere with liver enzymes responsible for metabolizing many common drugs, including blood pressure medications, cholesterol-lowering drugs, and blood thinners. When these enzymes are inhibited, medications may not be broken down properly. This means drug levels can either accumulate to dangerous concentrations or become less effective than intended. For older adults who already depend on daily prescriptions, that interference can pose a serious problem. Timing makes this risk even greater. At night, metabolism naturally slows, and the liver is less active. Eating oranges or drinking orange juice too close to evening medication increases the likelihood of drug buildup or reduced treatment effectiveness. While the fruit itself may seem harmless, its interaction with the body's nightly rhythm can amplify health concerns in ways that go unnoticed until complications arise. There is also the matter of natural sugar. Although oranges do not have excessive sugar, the glucose they contain can cause a mild rise in blood sugar later in the day. Combined with slower nighttime circulation, this additional strain places fragile blood vessels under pressure. For the heart and brain, particularly in those over 60, this quiet stress is far from ideal. The good news is that enjoying oranges safely does not mean giving them up. It simply requires mindful timing. A small glass of orange juice about an hour after breakfast allows the body to absorb nutrients while metabolism is active and medications have already begun processing. Likewise, a few slices of orange after lunch, timed at least an hour away from medication, can provide hydration, antioxidants, and vitamin C without disrupting treatment or disturbing nighttime balance. By choosing the right moment, oranges remain a trusted ally for health rather than a hidden risk. For older adults, the lesson is clear. It is not just what you eat that matters, but also when you eat it. The sixth fruit is watermelon. Watermelon has long been considered the perfect fruit to cool down on hot days. Its sweet, refreshing taste and high water content make it a favorite for many. For older adults, a few slices of watermelon in the evening may even feel like a light, soothing dessert before bed. Yet behind this refreshing sweetness lies a set of health risks that are often overlooked, especially when watermelon is eaten at the wrong time. Watermelon has natural diuretic properties. This means it stimulates the body to excrete more water through urine. For younger people, this effect may not cause much concern. But for older adults, especially those who are prescribed diuretics, the combined effect can quietly lead to mild dehydration. Eating watermelon in the evening, after taking medication, can increase this risk overnight without the person even realizing it. During sleep, the lack of hydration makes the blood thicker, slowing circulation. In an aging vascular system, where blood vessels are less elastic and more fragile, this environment can promote the formation of blood clots. These small clots often go unnoticed at first, but if just one travels to a critical blood vessel in the brain, it can block blood flow and trigger a sudden stroke. The danger becomes greater when hours of sleep pass without any water intake. Instead of restoring balance, the circulatory system is left to deal with thicker blood and reduced flow, putting extra strain on both the heart and the brain. This is why older adults are advised to avoid eating watermelon at night, particularly before going to bed. The safer approach is to enjoy watermelon during the day, when the body is active and has enough time to process fluids and maintain proper hydration. Eating it in moderation, alongside regular water intake, allows you to enjoy the refreshing sweetness of watermelon without creating hidden risks for cardiovascular and brain health. 6 familiar fruits, pineapple, banana, grapes, mango, orange, and watermelon, are packed with valuable nutrients. They are rich in vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and can support digestion, heart health, and immunity. Yet, as discussed, when consumed at the wrong time, especially late in the evening before bed, these same fruits can quietly shift from being beneficial to becoming a hidden risk. From spiking blood sugar and disrupting circulation to interfering with medications, their potential dangers are real if not eaten properly. That does not mean these fruits should be eliminated. When enjoyed in moderation during the day as part of a balanced diet, they remain some of nature's finest gifts. The key is to recognize that nighttime is not the right time for fruits high in sugar or with strong effects on circulation and metabolism. Instead, older adults can turn to other fruits that are far better suited for the evening. Fresh pear is an excellent choice thanks to its fiber content, which helps stabilize blood sugar while remaining light and easy to digest. Plums are rich in antioxidants and natural compounds that support vascular relaxation. Raspberries offer vitamin C and polyphenols while being very low in sugar, making them ideal for brain health. Passion fruit diluted in water provides a refreshing taste with mild calming effects that prepare the body for sleep. Strawberries deliver hydration, antioxidants, and vitamins without causing a blood sugar surge. Kiwi, backed by research, is known to improve sleep quality because it contains natural serotonin. Together, these 6 fruits can promote better rest, help you wake refreshed, and protect long-term health. The best time to enjoy fruit in the evening is about 1 to 2 hours after dinner, leaving at least 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime. This allows the body to process the food without straining digestion or disrupting blood sugar balance during sleep. Pairing fruit with a little protein or healthy fat, such as a few almonds or a small piece of cheese, can further support stable blood sugar overnight. Lifestyle habits after dinner also matter when it comes to reducing stroke risk and improving overall well-being. A short walk aids digestion, promotes circulation, and signals the body to relax. Avoid heavy snacks or late-night coffee, which can disrupt circadian rhythms and blood pressure. Opt instead for a small cup of herbal tea or warm water before bed, enough to stay hydrated without causing multiple awakenings. Dim the lights to encourage melatonin production, reduce screen exposure from phones or televisions, and aim to go to bed at the same time each night. With just a few simple changes, your evening fruit habit can shift from a hidden risk to a subtle yet powerful act of self-care. You will sleep more deeply, wake with greater clarity and energy, and safeguard your heart and brain health for the long run. Every small step to protect the heart, brain, and body carries far more meaning than we often realize, so take the most mindful actions in each of those small steps starting today. Sincere thanks to you for taking the time to watch today's video. If you found it helpful, please share it with your family and friends, because sometimes just a simple piece of information can change, or even save, a life. Remember that health is a priceless gift, and taking care of it is the best investment we can ever make. We wish you many years of strength, clarity, and happiness. Take good care of yourself, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Warm regards and goodbye.